a bunch of articles we're going to go through, talk about, well, a lot of things, right? The economy and how things are going with real estate and stuff. Why don't I'm going to hand off to you here, Mike.
Sure. This screen, U.S.
Yep.
foreclosure. All right. So just monthly update on the foreclosure activity out there. The headline news is about 36,000 and change U.S. properties with foreclosure filing. So remember, that's default notices. Your 90, 60-day notices, your scheduled sheriff sale auctions, and then your bank repos, your REOs. That full inventory is up 11% from a month ago and 13% from the previous year. So lately, we've been seeing kind of single digit increases. This is the first double digit one in a while. I feel like I'm seeing.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a long time.
Yeah, so it's continuing. Uh, these are rates, so not Nevada, Florida, Maryland had the worst foreclosure rates. Again, just sampling a few different auction sites out there, not surprising the Florida one at all. I don't see a ton of Maryland, but I don't really target it, so I'll believe them. And then Nevada, and like I would see Arizona too. I feel like it's on the high side, in Louisiana as well out there.
See a ton of Arizona.
Yeah. So this is foreclosure start. So this is the front end of the funnel. So lenders started on the foreclosure process, kind of like your late notices, 24,000. That's the 12% increase, up 11 year ago. And then this one here is the repos, or REOs, or bank lender repossessions, 3,800. And that's a decrease actually of 1% from last month, but an increase year over year of 18%. So I, that's kind of some of the things happening on the foreclosure kind of pipeline. And again, Adam has a bunch of good data on this stuff, so feel free to check out that site. The next kind of chart here that paints a nice kind of the inventory and median price picture is inventory is these bluish bars here. The red is the median home price. And you can kind of see, since COVID or 2020, I should say, inventory shot down, we kind of bottomed out, and we're now coming back up to almost pre-COVID levels. I wish this chart added 19 and 18 on this one. You'd actually kind of see this number is probably going to be around a million. So again, this is the national view. Inventory is going up. Obviously, as we talked about on previous calls, your local market might be experiencing something worse or better than this. For example, parts of Florida, a ton of for inventory out there on the home market. You kind of look at actively sold in a certain development, and it's just red everywhere on Zillow, essentially for sale signs.
Yep.
So that's something to definitely look at, especially flipping or wholesaling on. You can't just look at the solds anymore. You got to now look at what's active, because you don't want to catch a falling knife, and then all of a sudden you're one of 100 properties in a certain subdivision essentially for sale. And it looks like, kind of home prices kind of like just about that 1% a year increase, kind of like slowing down, which is good. You can't be
Mhm.
going up 20% forever like we did earlier this decade.
Yep. And we have rates falling too, Mike, which is positive. Look
Yep,
at Mike inventory, 860,000. The normal market's 1.1, 1.2 million. So we're still in pretty good shape there.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's trending up, but you're right, compared to what, right? And that's kind of like what was the pre-2000 level there.
Yep. We're what? Like,
They basically take these national sales data. If you go back to the earlier site where, the average, I think it was this one, average median price is 450. Well, what is it by state, right? That was the national average. This is,
Right.
if you're selling in Mississippi, your average isn't at 450, it's at 196 per se. So a lot more granular, kind of like average home price or median home price by state. Um,
some good info. Actually,
yeah,
this is I really like this. This kind of tells you which markets to target if you're looking for rentals, right? What are affordable markets? And obviously the lower the value of the property, the lower the rents can be in comparison to other places too, but you should have also other lower costs involved. So why I mean
exactly.
Hawaii's out of control, 866,000, but hey, that's why.
Yeah. Yeah. So for example, right, if you're buying a house under 400 in the state of Washington, it's probably a good deal because the
Yeah.
average is over 600K there.
Yeah.
As we've seen earlier this year was or last year, that on property. So